Running back can still decide a fantasy draft, but the name at the top of a ranking is not enough. For this countdown, Athena's draft room is combining what each player actually delivered in 2024, what he did in 2025, and what the current 2026 full PPR projection expects next. We are counting down the 5 backs who best combine proven scoring, receiving upside, touchdown ceiling, and a first-round path to winning weeks. Number 5 starts with the most explosive risk-reward profile on the board. Here is the scoring blueprint. 20% comes from 2024 total PPR points, 30% comes from 2025, and 50% comes from the current FantasyPros 2026 projection. The heavier projection weight keeps this from becoming a simple career achievement list, while 2 full seasons stop 1 hot stretch from controlling the answer. Total points reward availability. Points per game, receptions, scrimmage yards, touchdowns, and injury context break close calls. This is a July board, not a guarantee. Camp roles, health, depth charts, and projections can move before draft day. At number 5, Christian McCaffrey is the hardest player to rank. His 2024 season produced only 47.8 PPR points across 4 games, so the 2-year availability penalty is real. Then he detonated in 2025 for 116.6 points, 24.5 per game, 102 catches, 924 receiving yards, and 17 total touchdowns. The 2026 consensus projection still calls for 342.3 points. McCaffrey can finish first overall, but our countdown prices in the missing 2024 season and the massive recent workload. Draft him for the ceiling, not because the risk disappeared. Number 4 is De'Von Achane. In 2024, he scored 299.9 PPR points with 78 catches and nearly 1,500 scrimmage yards. In 2025, he climbed to 322.8 points and 20.2 per game, rushing for 1,350 yards while adding 67 receptions. The current projection is more conservative at 298.3, but it still includes roughly 67 catches. That receiving role is the fantasy shield. Achane does not need 300 carries to create first-round value. Efficiency and targets give him a weekly ceiling without making pure rushing volume the only path. Jonathan Taylor lands at number 3. He played 14 games in 2024, but still rushed for 1,431 yards and scored 244.7 PPR points. In 2025, the full ceiling returned. 1,585 rushing yards, 46 receptions, 20 total touchdowns, and 362.3 points. FantasyPros currently projects 309.7 for 2026, including more than 1,500 rushing yards. Taylor does not match Bijan or Gibbs as a receiver, but his rushing workload and goal line power can bury that difference. The key is health. If he gets 16 or 17 games, he owns an overall RB1 path. At number 2, Bijan Robinson owns the cleanest 3-down profile in fantasy football. He scored 341.7 PPR points in 2024, then improved to 370.8 in 2025. That second season included 1,478 rushing yards, 79 catches, and 820 receiving yards. The 2026 projection barely moves. 369.8 points, almost 80 catches, and more than 2,100 projected scrimmage yards. Bijan has the receiving floor, rushing volume, age, and role stability we want from an early first-round pick. The only reason he is second is that one player has been even more consistent at the very top. Number 1 is Jahmyr Gibbs. He led running backs with 362.9 PPR points in 2024, then followed with 366.9 in 2025. Last year brought 1,223 rushing yards, 77 catches, 616 receiving yards, and 18 total touchdowns. Now the 2026 consensus projection leads this group at 372.5 points, with nearly 1,400 rushing yards and about 71 catches. Gibbs wins the blueprint because nothing is being invented. We already have back-to-back elite seasons, receiving volume, explosive scoring, and the highest current projection. He is Athena's RB1 and the safest top-tier combination of floor and ceiling. The final countdown is Christian McCaffrey at 5, De'Von Achane at 4, Jonathan Taylor at 3, Bijan Robinson at 2, and Jahmyr Gibbs at number 1. Gibbs and Bijan form the foundation tier. Taylor brings the touchdown hammer. Achane brings efficiency and receiving insulation. McCaffrey still carries the highest single-season ceiling, but also the widest availability range. Use the ranking as a decision framework, not a frozen answer. refresh projections and injuries before the draft, then attack the player who falls past his tier. Subscribe to Fantasy Football Blueprint for the next position countdown and the full 2026 draft board.